Up next is Quinn Lathrop. And if you would, please state your name for the record.
Hello, my name is Quinn Lathrop. I'm 13 years old and dyslexic. I started preschool at 3 years old and loved it. I couldn't wait for dinner time conversations to share everything I learned with my parents. This happiness lasted throughout preschool and kindergarten, but then in first grade, things changed. My joy and excitement turned into anxiety and dread. I could not keep up with my class for language and reading. I had to write in a journal every day, which I just couldn't do. My safe haven known as home turned into a not-so-safe place anymore because of the homework I struggled with. In second grade, I had a new teacher, which I really liked. However, she introduced me to spelling words. I would spend hours studying the spelling words with my mom, only to get more than half of them wrong on the test. This made me feel stupid. I tried so hard, but still failed. I still hate spelling and will never forget how this made me feel. My teachers at Pomeroy Elementary in Mesa Public Schools District wanted to help, but they didn't know how. Finally, halfway through third grade, my teacher realized there was a problem. My parents had me tested and I was diagnosed with dyslexia. My mom tells me that she cried when she found out I had dyslexia, but I was so happy. I finally know what was causing my struggles, and I knew that it would get better. Things really did get better fairly quickly, because my parents sent me to a private tutor 3 days a week after school. I'm so thankful that my parents put me in private tutoring, because school was not helping me. It was hurting me. By the end of fourth grade, I was reading out my grade level, and I didn't hate school as much. One of my greatest accomplishments was when I taught my teachers about dyslexia through my 5th grade science fair project. This went over so well that I was asked to present to Dr. Cohen, the superintendent of Mesa Public Schools District. My first grade teacher also asked me to do my presentation to a group of teaching interns from South Mountain Community College. It felt good to share my knowledge and hardships with educators that have such an impact on children. I wish my school had recognized there was a problem earlier so that I didn't dread 3 years of my schooling. I am now in 7th grade, but I still remember how it was to try so hard but still fail. When I was younger and struggling, I thought I was stupid, although recently I was classified as twice exceptional. This means that I am gifted but also have a learning disability. Like most dyslexics, I use more of the logical I use the more creative hemisphere of my brain, so I think more logically and dimensionally. I don't need to be taught less, I just need to be taught differently. Please vote yes for SB 1461. I don't want other kids to suffer like I did. Thank you for letting me speak for you today. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions.
Members, any questions for Mr. Lathrop? Okay, thank you very much. And members, I wanted to mention very briefly, given the lateness of the hour, I can't read the entire email, but Grace Taskinsoy, she had asked me to, if possible, if there was time to read her comments into the record, and that we just unfortunately have no time, but I did want to note for the record that Ms. Taskinsoy does support 1461. And last up, we have to speak, to wrap it up, is Laura Busby. Is Laura here? There she is.
Mr. Chairman and representatives, thank you so much for listening to us today. As stated, my name is Laura Busby, and I'm an educator and I'm dyslexic. I graduated with my bachelor's degree from Arizona State University in 2009 and later received my master's degree in education from Arizona State University in 2013. I learned a lot from great professors and teachers at Arizona universities. However, I didn't learn anything about dyslexia from any of my ASU classes. The training and education dyslexia that I received came completely from universities and organizations outside of Arizona. I'm grateful that I had the resources to continue that education so that I could help this great population of dyslexic students, but currently most educators and teachers don't have those resources to continue their education the way that I did. Teachers are professionals that parents look to for advice on their child's education. If a child is struggling, the first person parents will talk to will be that child's classroom teacher. We must empower our teachers with the knowledge so they can inform parents properly. Over my years in this field, I have hosted multiple seminars on dyslexia and have informed hundreds of teachers. Teachers want this information. They're asking for it. They want to know what dyslexia looks like, how to identify it, how to accommodate to it, and how to teach students with dyslexia. This bill will help encourage and empower teachers to seek out the knowledge they need to help those students. Right now, teachers don't have that knowledge, so when a family with a dyslexic child comes to talk to their teacher, that teacher doesn't know what to tell that family, and as a result, they come to people like me. I own 2 dyslexia centers that 100% focus on empowering and educating dyslexic students and their families. We have 9 tutors across those 2 centers, and each of us witness the daily struggles these kids and families go through. I'm committed to helping as many dyslexic students as I can because I personally know how hard it was growing up thinking that you couldn't read well, that you couldn't spell words, that you were dumb. My passion for all of this is why I'm here before you today. I'm only in this industry because the need is so great. If teachers were able to help dyslexic students the way that I do, there would be no need for my dyslexia centers. And that is the point for this bill. It is one step towards that dream, towards empowering teachers to help their students with dyslexia. Once that day comes, I'd be more than happy to close my doors, knowing that that dream has been achieved. Please support SB 1461. Please support our bright dyslexic students. Thank you so much.